Good day everyone. Today we are going to tackle about the intelligence lesson 6.1 information. But first, we are going to know the lesson objectives. The first one is to differentiate the information in technical and legal perspective. The second one is to identify possible sources of information, and the last one is to discuss the types of motives of informant. The information is the element of investigation necessary for gathering and collection of data to include its progress as it moves forward in solving the case. In connection to intelligence, information is simply the raw data. The raw data is the data that has not been processed or used. These pieces of information are useless without being analyzed and evaluated so that they can be used. In contrast with information, intelligence refers to collated, analyzed, and evaluated information appropriately acquired for a particular purpose. These two has a relationship with each other because intelligence needs information because they are the one who will process, analyze, and evaluate the information that has been gathered and used. Source of information. Source of information is the network data which can be linked or grouped in order to obtain a concrete and reliable information based on prevailing need or as the need arises. The source of information is anything that might be inform a person about something or provide knowledge to somebody. There are some common sources of information, such as people as source of information. People as source of information, there are regular source, cultivated source, and grapevine source. Regular source, these are the information gathered through people who have come directly to the attention of the police, commonly to the complainant, witness, or the victim. The cultivated source, these are information generally taken through the use of informant or the informer. Grapevine source, these sources of information are gathered from those who are in the underworld criminals or ex-convicts. There is also record as source of information. Under the record as source of information, there are government source, private source, and internet source. The government source are the sources taken from government agency or any of its instrumentality. The second one is the private source or the sources of information that usually taken from different private entities or business organizations. The third one is the internet source or the modern source of information that is done through searching specific detail by typing a desired key or phrases in the different search of engine.
Types of motives and informants. So, informants refers to any persons who possessed knowledge regarding to crime, criminal, syndicate, or ongoing criminal activity and provides information with the police with or without consideration. So, the informant is defined as a person who gives an information to the police or agency. And also, the informer refers to any person who have the recruited or hired and paid in regular basis just to provide information. So, the informer are those persons who provide information to the police on regular basis. So, they are either paid regularly or in a case-to-case basis or none at all. So, they are cultivated and established by the police on the more or less permanent character and as long as they are loyal and useful for the police organization.
So we have 8 common types of informants. So first is anonymous. So these are unidentified or unknown informants and usually provide information to the police through telephone or cell phones.
And second, we have double crosser. So these are those informants who provide information in order also to gain information from the police. And third, we have false informant. So a person who's giving false informant, a person who giving no value information, and a person who reveals an information with no consequences and no value, a person who is giving a fake news or information. And also, we have frightened informant. So these are types of informant is giving information because they are motivated by fear and anxiety. And we have legitimate informants. So these are those informants who provide information voluntarily to the police. The mercenary informant, so these are the type of informant who sell the information. So we have the self-organizing informant. So this informant who provides exaggerated information to the police in order to gain advantage or attention. And last, we have the women informant. So this type of informant is the most dangerous informant against male subject. And we have 8 common motives of informants. First is the civic-mindedness. So this informant provides information as a sense of duty and obligation to assist the police. And also we have fear. So the person gives information due to oppression by the enemies or other impending danger. And third, we have the gratitude and gain. So this informant provides information to obtain a privilege toward the welfare of his family. And fourth is jealousy. So the informant is pushed to provide information to the police due to his resentment to the accomplishments or possession to another. And fifth, we have the remuneration. So a person informs the police for some pecuniary or other material gain he is to receive. And sixth, we have the repentance. So this informant provides the information as a sign of regret of what he has previously done. And also we have the revenge. So vengeance or retaliation is the sole purpose of the person in providing information to the police. And last, we have the vanity. The person wants to gain favorable attention and importance from the police. Legal limitation in obtaining information. So the power given by the state to the police officers in gathering information is huge that it may be prone to abuse. To protect the privacy of an individual citizen, the law prohibits certain police actions such as the following. First, the Republic Act 4200 or anti-wiretapping, and under this law, the following acts are prohibited. So we have the taping any wire or cable and using any other device or arrangement and to secretly overhear, intercept or record. And also we have the private communication, conversations or spoken word or without the knowledge or consent of all the parties. And second, we have the Republic Act 1073, so the Data Privacy Act. So under this law, the following acts are prohibited. First is unauthorized processing of personal information, and also the accessing personal information due to negligence and improper disposal of personal information. And we have the processing of personal information for unauthorized purposes, and we have the unauthorized access or intentional breach, and we have the malicious disclosure, and we have the unauthorized disclosure. Under the same law, Republic Act 1073, it defines the personal information as any information, whether recorded in material form or not, so from which the identify of an individual as apparent or can be reasonable and directly ascertained by the entity holding the information, or when put together with other information would be directly and certainly identify an individual.
Lesson 6.2, the characteristics and context of intelligence. The lesson objectives of this lesson are: explain the context of intelligence, discuss the characteristics and scope of intelligence, and the last one, apply the principle covered by intelligence.
Overt and covert operation. In modern times, there are two operations, the overt and covert operation. The first one is overt, overt investigation is conducted openly or publicly, while the covert investigation conducted in clandestine manner or secret manner. The characteristics and context of intelligence. Intelligence and operation are interdependent. As intelligence provides valuable inputs for the effectiveness of police operation. In like manner, operation provides for the continuity of intelligence activities. Intelligence is continuous. This implies that intelligence must not be disrupted and must be continuous, following simple cycle from the time information is being collected in response to the need. At the time to it will be processed and disseminated to appropriate person. Intelligence must be useful. This means that intelligence must meet the commander's need and should be relevant to the current operation. Intelligence operations require imagination and foresight. Intelligence must be forecasted based on prudence with the intuition that information possible to be collected from a particular source. Intelligence must be flexible. It must be noted that intelligence is adaptable to every situation of all kind, as operation might vary depending on the purpose and occasion. Intelligence requires continuous security measures. Take note to deny the unauthorized disclosure or relevant information to enemy, as well as provide protection in handling classified materials.
Scope intelligence are the national intelligence, police intelligence, military intelligence, and department intelligence. National intelligence, a network information concerning national policy and national security. Military intelligence, information regarding military activities.
Departmental intelligence, information needed by all department agencies in the execution of government's plans and programs.
Police intelligence, in concerning criminal investigation, crime syndicate are known as police intelligence.
Area of police intelligence, criminal intelligence or CRIMENT, refers to the knowledge essential to the prevention of crimes, investigation, arrest, and prosecution of criminal offender. Internal security or INCENT, knowledge essential in the maintenance of peace and order. Public safety intelligence, knowledge essential in ensuring the protection of lives and properties.
Typology of police intelligence. Strategic intelligence is a type of intelligence that is long-range in nature and requires a longer period of time before materialized and fully available. Information that is needed to formulate policy and military plans at the international and national policy levels. Line intelligence, immediate in nature and can be available or developed within a short period of time.
Lesson 6.3 Counterintelligence. The lesson objective of this lesson are discuss the application of counterintelligence and apply the principle of counterintelligence.
Counterintelligence is a type of intelligence employed to protect the interests and safeguard lives, property, and important information against possible entry or infiltration of enemy force from being lost, destroyed, or stolen. Espionage refers to the stealing of vital information, either the physical or in electronic form. Subversion, the recruitment of person who is working within an organization or employment of any person to an organization who will work secretly in an attempt to undermine or overthrow its current system. Sabotage refers to the stealing of properties or destruction of any material in order to hamper or cause delay in the preparation or regular working duties. Counterintelligence in port, frontier, and travel security is in protecting the point of entry and departure in international borders or boundaries. Civil security help in providing measures that affect non-military nationals who are residing in an area either permanently or temporarily. Censorship is in controlling the movement of the different persons, particularly those who are expected to destroy any government institution or project. Special operations provide protections against counter-subversion, sabotage, and espionage. Counterintelligence operation. Counter-human intent. Overcome enemy attempts to use human source to collect information. Counter-imagery intel. Actions such as surveillance radar, photothermal, and infrared system. Counter-signal intel. determine enemy weaknesses, capabilities, and activities. We have two types counter of intelligence. First, passive counterintelligence measures protections of classified and sensitive information to the unauthorized individual through secrecy, communication security. Second, active counterintelligence measures. Active block the enemy's effort to gain information. We have three concepts of counterintelligence. First, detection, about knowing the clandestine operation of the enemy. Second, prevention, avoiding enemy attacks and infiltration. Third, neutralization, suppression of enemy activities.
Lesson 6.4 Intelligence Cycle. The objectives of this lesson are enumerate and explain the process involved in information gathering, apply how reliability and accuracy of information is labeled, and the last one, examine the process involved in intelligence cycle.
Intelligence cycle is defined as the process of obtaining information which include proper procedure and sequence of steps starting from planning, collection, collation, and the dissemination of information to appropriate person. Intelligence cycle is important as it provides the necessary details in attaining mission. Mission is the purpose why intelligence should be gathered and used for particular undertaking. This is considered as the heart of the intelligence cycle. Like for example, the mission is to solve a crime. An intelligence cycle will start from planning, collection, collation, and the dissemination of the information. Planning phase. Planning is defined as the process of determining the extent and scope of the needed preparation, which include the supervision of the collection of information and other requirements based on the standard priorities. We all know that in every mission, it will always start with planning in order for mission to be successful. These are the factors in planning for the collection of information. The first is source of information, operation of the command, characteristics of the enemy, and methods in gathering information. Source of information pertains to the individual or group, association, or entity which may possess possible information to which an individual desires to be gathered. Operation of command is the manner how the collecting agency and even the agency upon which data will be gathered acts or works for a particular purpose in order to determine the needed preparation of security. Characteristics of the enemy refers to the capabilities, power, influence, and the connection of the enemy forces or upon any person to whom the data to be collected shall be directed or used. Methods in gathering of information simply refers to the different approach as to how information shall be gathered or collected.
Collection. When we say collection, it refers to gathering information of compliance and establish procedure and avoid for the success of operation. There are following factors shall be considered in collecting, such as who, what, where, when, how, why. Who will collect the information? What information will be collected? Where the place whereby information shall be collected? When is the right time gathering the information? How this information shall be collected? And why this information shall be collected?
Collation phase. In intelligence cycle, collation refers to the process involved in evaluating the accuracy and reliability of the information that has been collected in the collection phase. Reliability means judging source of information, while accuracy simply means the level of truthfulness or how true the information has been collected. All collected information will undergo in collation stage, such as recording, refers to the systematic sorting of all documented information and present them either in writing or some other form of presentation so that they can be analyzed and studied for future soon or future generation. The second one is the analysis. The collected information is divided into different components and isolate those that are relevant to the mission or those that has intelligence value, which includes looking into the source of information, truthfulness or the truth of the information, and who or those person will provide the information. The evaluation refers to the assessment of information done to determine the reliability of the source and providing judgment in line with accuracy to determine its truthfulness as well as its pertinence to the current situation. Integration. Integration is the combination of all those isolated information from various sources to produce a new information necessary for the success of the mission. Interpretation. Interpretation is the process involved in providing meaning and significance of the new information. And the last one is the synthesis. Synthesis provides conclusion based on the new information generated in relation to the current situation. Dissemination phase. In intelligence cycle, dissemination refers to the actions taken to transfer, process information to appropriate persons.